Hey guys, so welcome back to Spill the Tea. Today we're kind of just gonna discuss like different perspectives and like upbringings on two different types of generations. I'm Sai and I'm here with Megan, who is we're like part of like Gen Z.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't fully identify with that.
Me neither. But as far as like our age range,
Yes,
Gen Z,
we are in the Gen Z age range.
and then we have Ralph and Malyn, who are in the millennial age range, and we're just kind of, I guess, going to discuss like our different views and like perspectives and like how we grew up in those different generations.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah. So we were talking a little bit about this, but millennials. So then, like, what's Gen Z's like name? Like,
Well, Megan has
It
phrase.
is definitely Zoomers,
Zoomers.
but
Zoomers.
no one calls them Zoomers that I've heard. Maybe like
Probably
Gen
because
Zers.
that's kind of embarrassing.
It is a little bit embarrassing, yes.
Zoomers.
But at least we're not boomers. So
Yeah. I don't even know like what's the cutoff for like Gen Z to
Gen Z is
millennial.
1995 to 2012-ish, because now we're in Gen Alpha. Yes,
Oh,
guys, I did
what?
research last night.
What?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we're in Gen Alpha right now until I forget
Okay, that's
when.
a very superior name.
Yeah.
Like they decided to give them.
Well, after Gen Alpha, it's going to be Gen Beta. So,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know where
okay.
they're coming up with
Never
this,
mind.
but
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, they're working their way up.
So they're just
The
going to work up
alphabet
the
now.
the
alphabet.
Greek alphabet, they're getting lazy with it. Alpha, Beta, Pi, Omega, who knows?
I mean, better than Zoomer. So
I guess. But what do you guys as millennials see in our world today that's different from how you were raised, or how do you think us as Gen Zers are
What do you think of
different
Gen
from the
Z?
millennial generation?
good, the good, the bad.
Ugly.
You want to start
Spill the
this?
tea,
Okay,
right?
let's
I have
go.
some thoughts, but okay. So as millennials, we like grew up when the internet started, when we still had dial-up, when our computers were like these big giant monitors still, and they're like not, and like the laptops were giant and heavy, and they weren't like this paper razor thin like laptops. So like, or like, you know, like we grew up kind of like in the beginning stages of the tech boom, and so, which was interesting because we got to see what it was like before. I remember like my dad had like a typewriter, and I loved using his typewriter, but we like grew up in that age, and so we had to kind of like learn how to adapt and learn like this new technology, learn what the internet was, back when it was like askjeeves.com and Google wasn't even around.
Wait,
like,
could you repeat that? What was Ask what?
Ask Jeeves? Do you guys?
Who's Jeeves?
What is
Jeeves
that?
is like a butler, right? So basically,
What?
it was like it was ask.com, but it was like Ask Jeeves. And Jeeves was like
That
this
their
image of a
mascot?
butler.
Yeah,
and
it was-
basically,
Oh.
you're
That was like
asking-
your Google.
Yeah,
that was like
the
our Google.
But like
Isn't
we're
that crazy?
only like certain questions on there. Like it wasn't like so widespread and like, or like,
Like a
was
very
it like
limited
Well,
as
the internet was
information?
also in its infancy, so
That's
there
very
wasn't, even if you put in anything, like right now you put in anything in Google and you'll find a relatively close
Yeah.
answer, right? You actually really had to look, but
Oh,
because the internet was so young at that time, there wasn't much content up on whatever you were looking for. Like
Yeah.
now, I mean, you could go to school based on Google, like
Or
you can-
Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
100%.
Yeah, I remember like when growing up, like we were not allowed to use Wikipedia for any sources.
We're still not allowed to.
Yeah.
we're still not because
But I don't think
apparently
anyone
it can be
does.
edited.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
easily.
But I mean,
I don't know many people that use like Wikipedia anymore as like a valuable source of information.
since there's so many other sources,
Yeah.
it never really gets used.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting to see like tech kind of explode because, I mean, I still remember using the phones with the rotary thingies.
Or the ones on the wall.
Yeah, the ones on the wall.
Yeah.
Well, even before the ones with the buttons, you had to like.
The rotary.
The
I've always
rotary.
wanted to
Mhm.
use one of those.
Those are
Yeah.
interesting. Those are
Or-
those are fun.
Did you ever have a pager?
My dad did. I never had one.
Yeah.
Well, how about
I heard about
What
those.
is that? Like there was like an epidemic like about the turn of the century. Like there was some
Y2K.
yeah, it was some
Well,
like
Y2K is like
it was some like scare.
Nowadays
like, people were
is,
really
like,
scared about the
trendy,
turn
like-
of the century.
like there's always like as far as like fashion and stuff. Everyone's like, oh, I'm gonna go for like a Y2K like look. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I thought people were like nervous that when it turned like the year 2000 that there was gonna like everything was gonna freak out, like our computers wouldn't know how to like handle
Yeah,
it.
they
You
were
guys know
expecting
what I mean?
everything to just
Yeah,
shut
I
down
remember
because
something
like
like
the
that.
computers weren't ready for from 1999 to like somehow the computers can't figure that out
Yeah.
and everybody's freaking out.
Kind of like, you know, that scare that I don't know if it was like 2012, but people said the world was gonna end.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
some sort
I
of like
remember that.
prediction.
The Mayan
Yeah.
or like Aztec
Yeah.
calendar or something like that.
And then they made a whole movie about it.
Yeah,
Or
that
there's a
totally
whole
freaked me out.
I
movie
literally
Yeah.
like remember that day.
2012.
I was like, oh my god, please save me on this day. But I woke up and everything was fine.
Yeah, you know, like everyone was just being dramatic.
And like it's crazy because I mean Netflix is has become a different monster now, right? But I mean I still remember going to Blockbuster when they still had the VHS, and then when I was there when they made the switch from VHS to DVD, and it was like, whoa, this is so cool. There's like this little thin disc, and then all of a sudden Blockbuster's gone because Netflix.
And I remember when Netflix were just like the little kiosks in like random places, and then you would go in and actually physically get it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it
Weird.
like a mail?
Oh, actually,
mail
no.
service,
It was.
right?
I'm thinking about
You're thinking
Redbox.
of Redbox. Yeah,
you're
Yeah, I'm
thinking
thinking
about
Redbox.
Redbox. You're
No,
Redbox.
like mailing it in. Yeah, I remember that too.
Do people still use Redbox?
I feel like
I
I like. Why
I
do I like
don't.
remember?
That was like a very
there's still
exciting part of my
Safeway,
life.
I
Yeah.
think, right? Or like Fred Meyer.
Well,
Or you
Redbox
go
is
and you
still-
get the movie from the
There's
little box.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
like there's one at the drugstore by my house, but I don't know.
I
if
don't think
I've
it's very common
seen
anymore,
anyone use
though.
it.
Yeah, when you can
There's
stream
one-
everything.
Yeah, why would you?
Like I don't even have cable.
I know
Right.
no one has cable anymore.
Yeah, because
Don't even
there's
need
so
cable.
many.
Did you know Blockbuster turned down Netflix?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
wow.
Netflix was trying to sell itself to Blockbuster for like, I forgot how many million.
And look at what happened.
I think there's like one Blockbuster left in Oregon, like the
Aw.
OG Blockbuster. But I don't know. I saw someone wearing Blockbuster merch.
Isn't
and
there
asked
like a
about it.
Yeah.
show that's like Blockbuster on Netflix now?
Is there?
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe like documentary style.
No, kind of like I almost feel like The Office style.
Oh.
but like with Blockbuster.
That's kind of cool.
Well, I feel like also like a lot of things that are like that like have died out or go out of trend like now like our generation and whatever like the new generation you said.
Gen Alpha.
Yeah, are like now
Coming
they're like
back.
every time you see something like probably like one of those little kiosk things like we're like, oh, whoa, it's so cute and vintage. Like
It's so
Vintage.
it's like
Oh,
it's just
God.
like
It's
it's turned
vintage.
into like this little like oh my god like some fascination around like old like cars for example like old luxury cars and like I don't know
I feel like
Y2K thing like it's
Well, what
just
about
weird.
like 90s fashion? Like how do you guys describe that?
well, I would say that like fashion in itself is
It's a
like very
cycle.
cyclical. Is that the word?
Cyclical?
Yeah.
Cyclical. Yeah, like it's bound to just
Come
come
back
back
around.
every few years,
Like
every few
Uggs.
decades. Yeah, like I'm currently wearing Uggs, and I thought Uggs were ugly like maybe 5 years ago. So things do come back in style.
Is it? Do they come back in style because we've seen them? Like
and they're familiar.
and
Yeah.
they're familiar, and we like it because
I feel like
I would
also
say
like
so.
if a celebrity like
Mm-hmm.
starts the trend again like
Yeah,
they'll I don't know
I think everyone right now is wearing Uggs because of Miss Bella Hadid. And I think when someone is that famous and influential, anything is gonna come back into style if they're wearing it, you know. And I think that we're seeing so much of the return of like decade fashions just because in today's day and age, like trends come and go so quick, and like something can be trendy one week and literally go out of style the next week. And it's seriously just because of how fast social media moves. And like, honestly, like trends weren't even presented on such a large scale.
Yeah.
Like people knew how to dress back then because of, magazines or TV and not easily accessible apps on your phone.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember like magazines were like such a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're still like, like finding stuff out from like the magazines, and now like And I feel like that's almost like the one of the big like generational differences is like now like your generation is growing up with so much information at the tip of your fingers that you can literally like look anything up, or like the next best thing is already around the corner.
Yeah. And like we consume it so quickly that sometimes it's not even worth following a trend, and it's better to just go back to like a timeless classic look. And I think that's why like the 90s resurgence right now is really big, because that's a look that won't go out of style. Basically, it's very versatile and easy to go with anything.
True.
I'm kind of wondering what the 90s look was, because I haven't changed my style ever.
I mean, there's like not even 90s, like today, like the timeless look is very in, like little to no branding, very clean lines, clean colors, nothing very standoutish, because when it's standoutish, it becomes trendy, and then people eat that up and spit it out the next week.
I noticed that like there's a lot less branding now. Like everything's much more plain. And that's like
there can be a plain black T-shirt that's selling for like $2,000
That's
if
insane.
it's created by
A certain
Louis
brand,
Vuitton or
Yeah.
it's all like that's branding is like a whole nother thing. It's pretty crazy.
I mean, I used to wear like Abercrombie t-shirts with like Abercrombie sprawled across the chest. Hollister, what's that one store? Aeropostale.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was huge.
Oh my god! Back in the 90s, it was like the velour sets of like,
Juicy
was it
Couture?
Juicy Couture.
They're back
See,
in
like
style.
that's back in
back
style.
in
Like,
style.
Interesting.
like
I have
I
a
would wear
velour
that.
set.
no,
Guys don't wear the really, really skinny jeans anymore, do they? Or do they still?
God,
They
I hope not.
shouldn't.
Because that baffled me. Like
For the longest time, everyone
it was just
wearing
super skinny, super skinny jeans. Like
Yeah.
guys would be wearing women's jeans sometimes.
I don't know why was that a thing.
What? Yeah. Why was
I
that
don't
such
get
a
it.
thing?
Maybe because for such a long time it was like really, really baggy. I don't know.
The baggy look is back.
Yeah.
Which
Baggy
is
look
interesting.
is in.
Because
Yeah.
I remember like middle school, it was all about who had Jinkos.
Oh really?
Maybe not to that extent baggy, but
they're like the white leg,
wider
Like the
legs.
mom jean, the boyfriend
Yeah.
jeans.
the
relaxed
straight
fit.
legs.
Mm-hmm.
People want to be relaxed nowadays. They don't want to
Mhm.
feel constricted. Sweatpants, athleisure.
Sweatpants is a big thing.
Yeah.
Like sweatwear.
Yeah.
Like, we're seriously the only country that like dresses up in athleisure like on the daily to go
Like
do
that's
things.
the fashion.
Yeah, like I think that
Really?
let's say if you go to Europe and you're out in your athleisure, people will know you're an American.
That's true.
Seriously.
Yeah, you know, I've
yoga
heard
pants?
That, yeah.
Mhm. Yoga pants, sweatpants. They're like, why are you wearing lounge clothes like out and about on the street? It's just so normalized. Like I'm literally wearing slippers right now, basically. And they'd probably be like, why aren't you wearing high-heeled boots? Something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe we're lazy.
We're just very casual.
It's interesting
It's
because
casual
like
culture.
European fashion, like I know for the guys, right? Here in America, like the suits here for a while, or like the clothes that men wore were a little bit on the baggier side. European men, their stuff was always fitted,
Mm-hmm.
like always cut to them.
Hmm.
And then for a while we caught on, and I don't know where it's going now. Like
Yeah, I don't know.
it's interesting.
They're like maybe more put together.
Like a lot of fashion
Yeah.
brands like originate out of Europe too.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's more of a standard there. We have athleisure.
That is America.
That's all we have. America is athleisure.
It's kind of like our food. It's like hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
You know,
I know, what is
that
an American
true, though,
food?
'cause,
Yeah.
like we even have to have it in our like dress code that you can't come in sweats.
Actually, yeah, I do put
Yeah.
that in there just to make sure people
Because people
literally,
are comfy
yeah,
Mhm.
here.
literally not coming into work like you're rolling out of bed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like that is kind of like the norm, especially here in the
Oh,
Pacific
yeah.
Northwest. I feel like
Well, especially like in college, like you are just so tired all the time, and you're not. The last thing on your mind is to dress up to go to class. So you will literally see everyone on campus just in their
Also, like, I
bummiest
feel like
clothes.
Bummy clothes have also like people have turned that to fashion too.
Oh, yeah.
Like people wear like
You have to.
sweats and like a little shirt. Like I don't know.
It can be done tastefully.
if it's
it can be done
executed
tastefully.
correctly. That's true.
So how with you guys being Gen Zers and having kind of been born into a lot of the tech that we have now and how fast things progress. Like, what's that like for you guys to see things just constantly changing? And sometimes, like you said, almost like in 1 week, one thing's in, 1 week, something else is in.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's really bad for like a lot of people's mental health because like Megan was saying, like there's always something new that you have to like stay on top of. And like a lot of people like struggle to like capture like fitting in or like adapting to like all the new trends or like just like being quote unquote cool and like fitting in with society. So like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's probably better without like all the social media and trends and like all that stuff.
I mean, we are the first generation with such easy access,
and I feel like it's
unfiltered
only gonna
access
get
to the internet.
worse.
Oh yeah, who knows what's gonna come
But
next.
I'm gonna force my kids to play outside.
No
like
iPads
no
for the kids. No,
Yeah.
no. You
But
gotta
like
learn
at
how
the
to play
same
outside.
time, like advanced technology is also really beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
Like people can use social media for like spreading awareness on certain topics or
People
like
have their jobs on social media.
exactly
now.
yeah, it has
Like, that
opened
is
up
such
so
a
many
new
more
field
jobs.
that like past generations can't even have a grasp on what that means. We're
Mhm.
still trying to figure out what that means.
Yeah,
you
if I
know?
were to try to explain like content creators to my parents, they would probably
Oh, a lot of
They
parents
would
just
not
don't even
know.
know how to
Lazy.
use
Yeah.
like
Like-
they're like, how do I do
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
emoji? Like it's just
They teach classes like for older people like how to use like their phones and stuff.
Yeah, that's
which I think
crazy.
is beneficial because I don't know one person that doesn't have a phone.
I mean, my whole family is on Facebook now, and
Oh,
it's really
yeah.
cute seeing them like post all the time of like family stuff, and it's so funny because they use it more than I do now.
I mean, it's a good way to like keep in contact, and there are a lot of pros, but it
I
can
think that's
also
why
be really damaging.
Facebook is kind of aged up because
Mhm.
a lot of the older generation are kind of like catching on to
yeah,
what it
you're not
could
going to
do.
see them hopping on Instagram.
Yeah.
No,
No,
you're
not at all.
Give it a little time. Give it a few more years, and maybe.
The content's not very diverse either. Like I feel like on Facebook, it's not very, I don't know. Like internet culture is
Trendy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
internet culture is very trendy, and I feel like Facebook's more of like a
This
a
is
photo
what my
album.
family's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Just a way to keep in contact.
It's a lot of like wholesome vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, way more wholesome than like Instagram or something
Mm-hmm.
or like TikTok.
That's true.
I know.
Is Snapchat still a thing right now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Snapchat, though, at a certain age, you're required to log off. Like,
Maybe,
you know what I
but
mean?
like I feel like I just use it to like talk to my friends versus like posting on my
On your story.
story,
Yeah. Well, I have all my pictures on there. That's like, I feel like for a lot of people, that's what it is. Like, having all your memories saved on there, it's hard to let go. Because I don't want to lose all that. That's like years in the making of stuff.
Yeah, like the memories folder is like yeah, like literally millions of like random videos and pictures and like I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it should just be like a fun thing, because if that's your primary form of communication, then I feel like something's wrong. Like, I don't know. I don't like to send my face back and forth to another person with no context, no caption, just for no
Just
reason.
randomly.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what's
gosh.
made me hate Snapchat just a little bit, but I still use it.
And then there's Be Real now. So it like
Yeah.
went Snapchat,
deleted that.
TikTok, Be Real.
Really? I just saw your Be Real.
Nuh-uh.
Are you sure?
When?
Oh, I swear I did.
No, I deleted it like a week ago.
Oh, I haven't used it for like 2 weeks. I just posted something.
We don't have friends on Be Real.
We
So
downloaded it because everyone started talking about it. So we're like, oh, let me just like see what this is about. And then I'm like, well, I'm not going to use it now because I have no friends on there.
I mean, like, I get the concept, but like, there's like, I feel like social media platforms, like, they overlap so much, and it's
Yeah.
just like whichever one is gonna benefit you the most, or like
Mhm.
whichever one you use the most. And
I mean,
then,
I don't
like-
even use BeReal for like that purpose anymore. Like, I only just started using it again after my break because I was like, oh, it kind of documents my everyday. So I'm like,
It's like
I
the
kind
same
of
thing as
like this like
Snapchat.
journal of like my
Mhm.
everyday, but it's like a forced everyday journal, you know?
Yeah,
which is okay sometimes.
So the
but-
photos that you take on Be Real stay kind of like on a
Yeah, they keep like a record of it.
Gotcha.
So.
On like what day you took it.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
It
an
is very interesting,
concept.
like how like we find entertainment in these
Right?
apps. Like just go hang out with someone, like go see people. So much
True.
better. But I feel like we're just like conditioned to like hyper focus on these statuses and these like social media platforms.
You know, I kind of noticed that too, because like for a while there was a lot of people that would hang out at the lobby, play games, like have a lot of friends with them.
I
and stuff,
remember like in high school in Pochi, like it's where everyone would go.
right? And then
No
now
one was like on their phones. Like everyone was just playing games and like
Yep.
talking.
it gets kind of rowdy sometimes,
And
kind of loud.
sometimes it felt like a giant party.
Yeah,
Like a giant
Oh my gosh,
party.
doing like a lobby check when it's like
Yeah.
full of kids, and I'm just like, shoot, I know those two people over there. Those
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
now-
someone
an
else
interesting
too.
feeling.
yeah. A lot of people just get it to go, and then just like I don't see as many people just hanging out with people, seeing people face to face as much.
Well, also, I think with the pandemic too, that like changed a lot of it too, the dynamics.
Yeah,
It made people into recluses, homebodies,
Yeah.
Kids that were born in the
Yeah.
pandemic.
oh my god.
which is why
Pandemic babies.
it's different for the new generation. That
Yeah.
is this is Gen Alpha pandemic babies.
Mhm.
Like they like a lot of those kids like they've missed like some crucial years of their life. Like I know my sister missed like 2 years of her high school, and like that's like a big part of your life, like development and
Yeah,
like development of your social skills. And I think everyone's just like 2 years behind, honestly,
Yeah.
because they really don't interact the same way they used to, or the way we used to, because I don't think they know how.
And I feel like we're even worse than like, I don't know. We're wrapped in our phones.
Yeah.
There's so
I
many
guess.
distractions, like our phone, social media, information. There's just something pulling our attention every single day, all the time, that it's like everyone's competing. If there's so many things like competing for your attention, it's like, when are you going to give attention to like actual human beings?
Seriously.
Yep. Well, those people that have been in school that missed out on those 2 years, we'll eventually have them on our team.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
of those people, we will be with those people eventually, and that's going to present a challenge on its own, I think.
Yeah. It'll be really interesting to see
Yeah.
how that affects you out in the real world, like in jobs or internships or anything like that, where you have to interact with people. Because like at the end of the day, like it doesn't really matter like what job you have. You do have to interact with someone,
True.
you know? Like I don't think there's getting around that. Like you have somebody you answer to, you have a boss, you have a manager, you have a coworker, a colleague, somebody, a client, customer. Like,
I mean, maybe we'll have like robots in the future.
oh my
Who
gosh.
knows?
So-
Can you imagine though?
No.
Have you seen those restaurants?
They've already started.
with like
Yeah.
where there's no server. You just like order and a robot brings your stuff.
It's crazy.
It's
Or like a
crazy.
cafe and like the robot makes your drink.
Oh my
It's
god.
just like an arm.
That's so weird.
Dude, I think I saw something about like a robot like making boba tea or something like that before. I think I saw it.
Should we buy a robot? No.
There's also this. I don't know if you've
I
seen
know
this side,
now.
but there's on like a lot of school campuses. Like there are these little robots that like deliver food. Do you know what I
Oh,
mean?
what?
Yeah.
Dude, Amazon, I think, did that.
Are they?
does
Oh
that.
yes,
Yeah,
Amazon has those little robots
Yeah.
too.
But and there'll be like videos like online or like on TikTok of like them like malfunctioning because they have to like haul through snow, and it's like just like this little robot.
It's so sad.
They,
It's
they
so
have videos where
sad.
people are trying to crack them open.
Yeah,
too.
people abuse them.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
sad.
Like we actually were supposed to have a station here in the back, but apparently those stations use like really thick wires, and people have started cutting those wires
Weird.
to sell because it's like copper wires,
Wow.
What?
and you can sell them for like hundreds of dollars.
Wow.
Whoa. I know. What's stopping someone from just abducting one of those Amazon robots?
Yeah,
Like, what's
Yeah.
stopping them?
From
Maybe they're being
taking them.
tracked.
They're probably
yeah,
tracked.
that's
Oh.
GPS.
But they also just made like one of these like one of those little robots. Like it looks similar to that, but it's for your personal use. So
Okay,
like
I'm
you,
so scared.
No,
of
that's
these
you
scary.
robots.
so
Yeah.
you
That's
buy
scary.
it and it like looks like the same. It's like a little robot, and Like it has compartments for you to put like an extra change of clothes or
No.
your portable charger
That's called
or your
a backpack.
laptop. I know, it's literally like a little
tote bag.
backpack that follows you around.
No.
Wow.
And it like it hyper focuses on, or like it focuses on you, like it finds you and it follows you everywhere you go.
That's like Star Wars vibes.
And you can set it like a certain amount of distance, like
You
away
got
from you.
R2D2.
Yeah, you have a little
Yeah.
R2 everywhere you
Isn't
go.
that crazy though?
But it's just like
It's like buy a backpack. Yeah, like buy a
Right?
backpack.
But that like just reminds me of like those movies, you know, where like there's like those
crazy.
realistic like robots that are like your assistant or whatever, and they're supposed to like help take care of you or your family or whatnot, and like cook for you or do all these like household things. But then like they turn out to like start having like their own consciousness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't
and
like
like
that.
I'm like so scared of that. I'm like,
don't
No,
like
that's
that.
seriously where AI is going. Like AI is being developed so intricately to the point where like they're close to growing like sentient like consciousness that they're AI, you know?
It's pretty crazy if you actually look into it. Like the type of technology that's being
It's
created is
insane.
really terrifying.
We're
Like-
just like gonna scare ourselves now and psych ourselves out.
Like go do some research
Inevitable.
on it, and you will be mind blown. Probably.
Oh, I'm sure. Because, I mean, I've heard of somebody like chatting online with an AI and they thought it was a person behind it.
Yeah, or like what's it called? Like the VR world.
Oh
Like people are like living their lives through these VR glass, like,
Mhm.
and
Whoa.
goggles.
What?
yeah.
it's like a whole online world.
Yeah.
Weird.
You can like buy stuff.
It's not
You
like
can,
Sims, right?
It's like a
It's
whole
like-
is
or
it like
like
a
a
metaverse
Webkins.
kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like a metaverse.
Oh, isn't that what Facebook's doing? Meta?
They're trying
Meta?
to.
I don't know what the
But
deal is
they
with
did
that.
just lay off like 11,000 people.
Gotcha.
So
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's
Betaverse.
crazy. Like I'm sure there's people that spend like hate their lives in real life and will just like spend hours in the metaverse
That's
because they're a whole
crazy.
different person.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Person.
Spoiler alert for anyone that hasn't seen Don't Worry Darling.
Oh,
I don't know what
skip
that
30
is.
seconds. But wait, have you guys seen it?
No.
no.
Oh, wait, are you planning on watching it?
What is it?
I don't. Yeah, we don't.
We don't even know what you're talking
You don't know
about.
what I'm talking about? It's the Harry
No.
Styles movie. Like Harry
No.
Styles, Florence Pugh. What? Are you serious?
Yeah, no.
Directed by Olivia Wilde. Okay.
What?
It's
no,
a-
no.
It's like a oh well.
Just tell us.
Yeah,
It's
just
at
spill
the
it.
end you figure out like it's a simulation basically.
Oh.
And like Harry Styles is like putting on these goggles to like go into a different life that he like trapped his wife into, and like
Oh.
yeah, and like they live in a simulation.
what?
Yeah, you should watch it. Spoiler over.
Yeah, I don't know. That stuff is just way too close to reality. It's pretty terrifying.
And like thinking about how like addicting like video games are already, and where people can be like playing video games for hours and hours on end. I believe it that people can spend like their whole day in a virtual reality.
Have you guys ever tried an Oculus?
We have one.
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
have one
the
as
VR
well.
thing I
Yeah,
was
that
talking
is.
about.
Mhm.
That you can go into
Oh.
that world.
No, yeah, like it's really cool, but it's really trippy. Like
Like you can play games, like
Yeah.
roller coaster.
you can play games. I mean, like you can like walk around and stuff, and like it'll literally just be like you're walking around in a different world. But it's awesome, actually.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
The that
Scary.
lightsaber game's kind of fun.
Yeah, I like that one.
Lightsaber game.
There's a lightsaber.
Yeah,
game.
so it like there's music playing, so it's like Guitar Hero,
Oh,
right?
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about. Actually,
that was really fun.
yeah.
Have you
There's
seen that site?
No, I haven't.
there's a boxing game on there that's actually really
I've
fun.
seen the boxing one.
Yeah, it's very
Ooh.
therapeutic. Like,
But like
Oh,
this
wow.
is just like
Yeah.
like do we not remember like the Wii? Like that was so
it
fun.
is kind of like
it's
the
literally
Wii, but
the
you're like
Wii.
in the Wii. If they made an
That's true,
Oculus
that's true.
Wii, I would
I
totally
love
get
the
that.
Wii.
Battle with what's that guy's name? Mike. He's like the final boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Matt. His name is Matt,
Wii.
the final boss.
Wii was pretty fun. I'm sad that trend died out.
wait, what?
Well, now they have. What do they have instead of a Wii now?
A PlayStation? I don't know.
No.
A
The
Switch?
Switch.
Switch, yeah.
Switch. Yeah.
No, that's not the same.
It's
On the Wii, you
Yeah.
can bowl. You can, what's it called? Sword fight.
I guess. I think there is some like variation of that still because I don't think the Wii died.
I have not
can't
heard about
die.
anyone talk about
That's
a Wii in
Nintendo,
so
right?
long.
Yeah, it's all
I
Nintendo.
think it moved to Switch.
Yeah, I feel like
That's
that's what
sad.
it. Yeah.
Not everyone will know the horrors of playing Wii Fitness and then telling yourself as an 8-year-old child that you're obese and you have the health of a 60-year-old man. It's the
Oh,
trauma that
no.
no kid will understand these days.
Wait, did you
okay.
guys ever play on like what was it? A GameCube? Was it?
Nice.
What is that?
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
is it the thing that attaches by a keyring?
I-
Do you know what I'm talking
A
about?
Tamagotchi?
Oh my god.
Oh my god! I actually did have one, and I always killed them, so I never kept them alive.
I had a pretty old like Nintendo. What's that Nintendo console?
Super Nintendo?
Yeah, like you put in like tapes basically.
Nintendo 64.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
love
so.
them.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that when I was younger. Like you could play God.
See, now if you saw one of these in like
No-
a Goodwill,
no one
you'd be
knows
like,
what that
oh my
is.
god, that's so cool and cute. Like,
It's vintage.
it's vintage.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like,
No kids don't know about the Xbox 360. Like
how?
Oh.
they don't know. I don't know what Xbox is on right now.
All they know is about like the PS5.
Yeah, no, but the Xbox 360 was like the biggest thing in like the
I
early
still have my
2000s, you know.
Xbox. Yeah.
Okay, what was the biggest like childhood show?
Childhood
I
show.
feel like
Yeah.
our answers are going to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to hear it.
Well, it depends on the channel because
Uh.
I think there's 3 pivotal channels in a
Nickelodeon.
in a Gen Z's life.
yeah.
Nickelodeon, Disney, and Cartoon Network.
Yes.
Okay, so like it really depends on the network because they're all very
Trying to
diverse.
think.
I feel like those were the same networks.
How old is
that growing up
childhood?
For us.
Yeah.
Childhood, I would say once you stopped turning on the TV to like catch the show,
Oh,
you know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
Like be like,
Mhm.
oh god, I have to turn on the TV at 7 because Hannah Montana's on.
True.
You know, you know.
Do kids still do that nowadays? Like try to catch a show by
I
a
don't
certain
know.
time?
They're
No.
watching
No.
Coco Melon.
Yeah,
like
that's true.
they're watching Coco
No, they're
Melon
watching
on Netflix.
YouTube.
Or
and, like,
YouTube.
they are
Yeah,
watching
YouTube's like a
YouTube.
big thing. Like, have you guys seen all the kid YouTube videos? Like,
Kid YouTube videos?
yeah, no, like
No.
there's a whole market for it. Like, there's even kids making YouTube videos
That
like,
are
it's
making millions per
yeah,
year,
it's like
by the
so
way.
weird.
crazy.
Like, what
I
are they
know,
airing
right?
on TV now? Like, what are they playing on Disney Channel?
Yeah. Wait, do you guys have cable?
We do not.
You don't?
We don't have cable.
We just stream everything. It's just like
Yeah,
Netflix.
no one
We
and
have
has
cable in our
and-
stores, guys. Maybe one day we should go to Kirkland and like see
Oh,
what's on our
actually, you're
channels.
so right because
'Cause we always play
I do watch
cartoons.
TV at Kirkland because it's right in front of that window,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
and
true.
like, but they play reruns of like
Old.
SpongeBob or like older shows.
Oh my
you know,
God.
like
Like
but the
they're-
older shows were the
maybe,
good shows.
Maybe it's
Yeah.
because there's not really a market to be making new shows.
Yeah,
for
that's
cable
very
because
true.
no one really watches cable.
Yeah,
So it's like
it's all getting
Why would
streamed
you-
anyway.
Yeah.
Mhm.
that's crazy.
I think that kind of explains it.
Maybe in 20 years, like people will be like, "What was
what's
cable?"
a TV?
Yeah.
What's
Well, they're
What's a
streaming?
computer?
They're making these new TVs where like it's like on your wall, but it looks like a picture frame.
Oh, I love those.
Those are cool.
Those are so
but I think like
classy.
TVs are gonna be like people are gonna look back and be like, even if it's like a flat screen TV, they're gonna be like, ew, like that is so
Chunky.
Yeah.
ugly. Because they're literally making paper thin TVs, and it just looks like it's like a thin like painting on your wall,
And then
and it's
Love that.
framed.
That's beautiful.
and here we are growing up, and we had like these giant, bulky.
The TVs used to go
everything.
back. All right, they had a back. to
Yes,
them.
They did.
exactly.
Like,
They
you
had
could fit
antenna.
in it.
Yeah, it was like a whole giant box. It was crazy.
When you touched the screen, it felt like static,
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
like salt and
that.
pepper.
That's crazy.
Shoot, the old TVs had those like dials. Click, click,
Mhm.
click, click. Do you would go through
All right,
channels?
I'm
well,
just
I'm not
thinking-
that old, but
Sorry, Jane, sorry.
I'm just thinking of like what's it called? What's that? Like I don't know. TV shows show those old TVs.
Okay, well, for
so
me,
that's my vision.
like on Disney Channel, I feel like the most pivotal shows were like Hannah Montana, the Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Wizards of Waverly Place. That one's a good
Wizards
one.
of Waverly Place.
That was very life changing, actually. Like that's so.
Do you guys know
Raven.
those shows?
No.
Are you
I've,
serious?
Like, I've heard of it, but I never.
Because you
like,
guys
really
aren't even
watched
old
it.
yet.
No, I like
But-
watched some Hannah Montana, but like I don't know. The TV shows we watched were like Boy Meets World.
Oh.
I've heard of that, but like,
Oh my God.
They actually made a spin-off of
Yeah.
Boy Meets World, but
Yeah,
it's
they
not
did.
very good in my opinion.
I
what
feel
about
like
That's So
spin-offs.
Raven? I feel
I
like
love
that's
That's
Oh
So
my
Raven.
God,
like a
I
little
love that
bit.
show. Yes.
Yeah, so I never got into those. I was like Recess,
I watched
The
Recess.
Simpsons. I was totally
Recess?
into.
Recess.
Wait, Recess sounds so familiar.
It's a
What is that?
cartoon.
Oh.
Have you guys ever watched
Teen Titans before
Okay,
they
Teen
turned really
Titans,
bad.
yes. The old Teen
Yeah,
Titans
the
is
old OG
fantastic.
Teen Titans.
That's definitely Cartoon Network for me. Like Teen Titans, House of
Batman,
what's that one?
Superman.
Imaginary Friends.
You liked that?
Oh my god, I was obsessed with that.
Foster's
Home for
yeah.
Imaginary
yeah, I
Friends.
remember
That was a good show.
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly
That was
Dog.
Adult Swim.
Adventure.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
are you serious?
What?
Adult Swim, yeah. Courage the Cowardly
No
Dog
way.
was Adult Swim.
Oh, I was
I
watching
always
that
knew
as a
there was some
child.
freaky, like, there's something twisted about that show.
Yeah.
But I loved it. But
I
it would
ate it
really
up.
make me scared,
Oh,
like, as a kid. But I was like, this is so good.
What's like the Proud Family? That was Disney, right?
I watched The Proud Family.
Mhm.
I feel like I was really young though. There was one that was called like Jake the American Dragon. I don't know if anyone remembers that. He was like a Asian kid. Like he turned into a dragon. Like
Mhm.
oh, never mind. Lizzie McGuire. If anyone ever watched Lizzie McGuire,
The Jackie Chan show. The Jackie Chan cartoon.
Oh,
Didn't watch
Good
that
Adventures, Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, when Raza was here, he would always be like saying quotes from that all the time.
I don't even know what that is. I feel like a universal one everyone can agree on is SpongeBob
Yeah.
because I feel like everyone knows what SpongeBob is.
Yeah.
Now you watch SpongeBob and it's like different though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
old
because you
SpongeBob is
understand.
quality.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that show is so inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
It's like a kid's show, but
A lot of
really it was
shows
meant for the
are.
parents.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, oh, my parents are watching this with me. Like they're cool watching it with me.
Mm-hmm. Because there's just like things that you don't catch on to.
It's like Shrek, you know, like good for kids, good for adults.
Yeah.
like family time movie.
Oh yeah, family movie, duh.
Don't
I'm
you?
trying to
Shrek is
think
the best movie of all
what
time.
else?
Hey, they don't make shows like that anymore.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
What about like movies?
Like, what were some very like pivotal movies?
Movies.
Like everyone like went crazy over like the premiere.
Okay, not movies, but there was these shows that my grandpa and my whole family just freaking loved. It was like all of the Xena,
Hercules.
Chuck Norris.
What?
Huh.
It's old.
Like these cowboy shows, like the Wild Wild West type shows. Like, oh my God, my grandpa loved those. Those were the
Interesting.
they're my whole family loved them.
Did
But
you
I
guys
grew
ever
up on
watch
that.
The Little House on the Prairie?
No.
No,
No.
just me. Cool.
No
know,
comment.
I feel like that's an older show.
The Matrix, that when that came out,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was huge. And
What's the show
Underworld.
for
Yeah.
ours?
Underworld.
Mm.
I actually
When
love that movie.
Angelina Jolie was really big. Like Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider.
My
yeah.
family, because we're Cambodians, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they're shooting in Cambodia," and like she like put Cambodia on the map, and so my parents were huge fans of Angelina Jolie, and I was like,
Oh.
okay, guys.
my best friend at the time was he played Tomb Raider on the Super Nintendo, I think.
hmm
So he was very happy that Angelina Jolie.
casting was good.
Kat was like,
The
he was such
casting.
a fan.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what's like some. I feel like, sorry to bring it up again, but Shrek. Okay, it's a very
Oh my
pivotal
gosh.
movie. Okay,
I feel like just like Disney movies, like any Disney movie.
Like High
Like-
School Musical, Disney movies.
that's like a DCOM Disney Channel original movie.
Well, now they have like Disney Plus, where it's like
What Disney movies came out during your youth?
I loved
I feel like I fixated on a lot of them. Like,
Mulan.
I think that was. I don't know. When
What?
did that come out?
That came out when we were like
Are you sure that
4.
wasn't like 90s?
No, I feel like it came out when I was still a child, and because
Really?
because when I went to school, a
I
lot
just
of
know I
people
was
would call me
obsessed
Mulan.
with that.
Oh gosh.
movie.
No, yeah. Well, we grew up with those movies, but I think
That's
they were already
true.
out. Like,
Yeah, for a long time. But those are the type of Disney movies I grew up with, and that I would
Every
think of.
every once in a while, just like watch an old Disney movie. It
I
gives
think,
you
like,
the
the
best
classic
like,
ones.
Yeah, like
I
the
think old
classic
Disney
feeling.
is like could be applied to millennials, but I think for us, like Pixar movies are like
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
pivotal.
that's true.
Like
Monsters Inc.
Monsters
Yeah.
Inc. was
Monsters
big for
Inc.,
me.
yeah.
Finding Nemo, huge.
Finding Nemo is like really big.
Yeah.
What about like
Toy
Toy
Story,
Toy Story,
yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
There's like crazy like conspiracies around them though. Like Finding Nemo, like people think that
How
like
they're all mixed.
They're all
Pixar
connected.
movies are all
Yeah.
yeah, they're all connected, and people say that like Finding Nemo was like is really about like the dad is just like insane,
Oh my god.
and he didn't actually lose his son. Like
'Cause
he's
his
just
son's
going on
actually
this
dead.
crazy
Oh my god.
on this crazy like I don't know, like he's just insane.
He's like on a manic episode.
yeah.
What's your guys' favorite Pixar movie?
Well, those turtles were my favorite
Oh my
for
gosh.
Finding Nemo.
So you're
Actually,
a Finding Nemo
yeah.
fan.
I loved Finding Nemo.
I feel like my favorite is like juggled between like Ratatouille.
Ratatouille's cool.
Ratatouille.
Whoever
and-
made that like storyline though, like
Yeah, they're insane.
What
for
were
that
you
one.
thinking?
I love Monsters Inc. Wall-E was very big for my childhood.
What's like the most recent one that's come out?
Despicable Me was one of my favorites.
Despicable Me is good.
That is
Yeah.
actually a very pivotal movie.
Mhm.
Like our culture, we are in Minion culture.
Yes.
Minion culture hasn't
I love
stopped.
Despicable.
No, yeah, like that is also a movie like Shrek, like good for adults, good for kids.
Mhm.
I can't even think right
Well,
now.
like I
know
feel
what
like
other-
Marvel is like a big
I
like
think
whole
Marvel
other
is right
thing.
now.
Yeah.
But like I never really gotten
I'm
to
I'm gonna
Marvel
say
like that.
I'm not a Marvel fan.
Me neither, and that is such
Everyone
an
hates-
unpopular opinion.
Yeah, everyone hates for some reason, but I have no desire to watch a Marvel movie.
Oh my
Me
gosh.
neither.
There's a
I
few
love
good
Marvel
ones, like-
movies.
You love them?
I love
Really?
Marvel movies. Yeah.
I'm not a
I've
fan.
literally
love
only
them.
seen like Iron Man. I've seen Black Panther.
I
Yeah,
love
I'm-
Black
I'm-
Panther.
I'm
I
trying
love
to
Black
see the
Panther.
new Black Panther 2.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
very
came out
excited.
yesterday.
Okay, like Black Panther is a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I know, but I have no interest in like the way everything connects. I don't care
The
about
universe,
the
the Marvel
Avengers.
But like there's
like-
so many, and I feel like
Yeah,
they're
there's
just
so
the
many.
same.
and I don't like
thing
how
over
like
and over.
I don't know, the comedy in them is just very like
You know, I think it is a
Strange.
generational thing because like a lot of the people that really do enjoy Marvel, like hardcore enjoy
Yeah.
Marvel.
Some people
Like,
are obsessed.
I read the comics. DC
Oh,
and
I
Marvel
guess.
comics.
I feel like that's
true.
different
Right, when I
though
was a
because you have
kid.
something to base it off on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to see it in live action,
True.
to see Iron Man and Tony Stark like do all
That's
my
exciting.
mind was blown because I remember reading the comics on that stuff.
Iron Man is a good movie though. I will admit that.
Yeah.
I'm more of like a nerdy, like I fixate on nerdy series and like movies. Like I am a Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, Star Wars person. Like
And I'm
I don't
not
li-
a Star Wars.
I don't
person.
like
Harry
superheroes,
Potter's
but I
cool.
love not supernatural, sci-fi,
Mhm.
like stuff like that,
Mm.
fantasy stuff.
I'm a Harry Potter fan.
I
love
like Harry
Love
Potter.
Harry
I read
Potter, though.
all the books.
Okay,
everything.
I'm
I
not that.
I feel
far
like everyone should watch Star Wars though. Like even
I don't like
haters
the
should
new
watch Star
ones.
Wars.
I'm not a fan of the new ones.
No, the old ones
The
are
old
really
ones
good
are
though.
good.
Mm-hmm.
The
I
old ones
remember
are really
watching
good.
the old ones.
And I feel like Lord of the Rings is something everyone should watch.
Do you know
too.
how they made in the first when they had those
Just a side note.
those speeders and stuff? You know how they made them look like they were floating in the air?
Mm-mm.
They actually had wheels, but they took like Vaseline and put it on the camera,
Oh, weird.
and then they just recorded it,
Oh.
so it blurred out what was all the wheels and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
That's smart.
God, I love Star Wars. Have you seen the new Star Wars series, like on Disney Plus, like The Mandalorian,
Mandalorian.
Obi-Wan?
I did watch The Mandalorian.
Started it.
Oh my God,
It's
they're
not-
amazing.
That's the thing. It's like I want
Mandalorian
it.
was cool.
It's one of those things where like I want it all right
Yeah,
now, and
yeah.
it's like waiting for the next episode.
They're all out right now.
Now you
Like-
know what you're gonna watch.
Oh,
No,
oh.
I'm serious. Worth watching the entire Mandalorian,
I
the
love that
entire
one, actually.
Obi-Wan like continuous series.
I don't
like,
think we watched Obi-Wan yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
no.
worth watching. I promise. Like I love like spin-off things like that. Like that's
Yeah.
why I'm so excited about House of the Dragon. Like
What's fun
I
is
love
like
Game of
for me at
Thrones.
least, it's like those mind twisting like series.
Mhm.
Like, have you guys ever watched Blacklist?
I thought you were gonna say
No.
Black Mirror.
I thought you were gonna say Black Mirror.
If you
but-
like mind twisting things, watch Black Mirror.
Mm-hmm. That'll
Have you heard
question
that?
your
Yeah,
existence.
that does. It kind of messes you.
That's like talking about the future. Like that's like
The
one
Black Mirror.
scary
We're staring
thing.
at a Black Mirror right now.
I was too
Oh.
scared to start that series.
No,
I
it's
was, like,
it's,
too chicken.
it's not scary. It'll give you like an existential crisis though.
It's not like spooky. It's more like, oh my god,
There's a twist like in every
like that can literally happen in
Mhm.
our future.
It's just the dangers of the digital age, basically.
See, now that I think that just makes me feel like I would get a lot of anxiety from that.
Yeah, it's not the
Oh, you
calming,
do.
relaxing show.
You do.
It's like, do I want that for myself? This is
No,
why
but
I
it is
don't-
entertaining
It is
Oh my
entertaining.
and intriguing. You won't be bored watching it.
Mhm.
That's for sure.
Are you like always like on the edge of your seat? kind
Pretty
of thing?
much. Like, it depends on the episode.
They
but-
don't correlate.
Yeah,
with
they
each
don't. None
other.
of them correlate.
Was
to
it
each
like
other.
as stressful as watching like Bird Box? Have you guys seen that?
Yeah,
I have.
Oh
seen
my
that.
gosh.
I was
That
like so
stressed
stressed
me out really bad.
So stressed out the whole time.
I totally forgot about that until you
Right.
just said that.
yeah.
Wow, that was a good movie.
Well, okay, we decided to watch that before, like at night, before we wanted to go to bed. And I'm like, this is the worst decision ever watching that. It was not the
Yeah.
movie to watch, to wind down to.
I feel like I should rewatch that. I kind of forgot what happened.
Oh, so stressful. I think Ralph was standing for most of the movie.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
was
I didn't-
stressed.
He's like,
I
he
was so
couldn't
stressed.
stand it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I
I was
guess-
like, where's Ralph? And he's just literally behind me, standing.
I guess that's what it makes it good because it keeps
Cracking
you
his knuckles.
Yeah, he's
tapping
like,
his
oh my God,
feet.
why is this happening?